Breaking news coming in. Air India flights have been affected as the airline server is down all over India since 5:30 a.m. Chaos has been ensuing at both the Delhi and Mumbai airports. Passengers have been stranded. Air India spokesperson says that flights have been facing a delay from 30 minutes to 1 hour is what the spokesperson says. But obviously, this has now been going on for much longer than that. Visuals there on your screens of the crowds that are there at both the airports. Neha joining us on the phone line. Neha, what more details can you tell us at this point?
As of now, the latest update is that the system has been restored. It happened just 10 minutes ago. We've been told, but the situation will take time to normalize because the entire flight schedule across the airports in the world is affected. So that is going to take time to normalize, which is why immediately also there will be no relief for passengers because they will have to wait in queues. They will have to adjust to the new flight timings now, which is why this means that there is going to be added chaos across the airports, at least for a couple of hours till things become normalized. We know that it is at around 3 to 4 a.m. in the morning last night. The CTCS system, that is the check-in system, was affected. There was a technical error that happened which caused chaos among the airports. The passengers had to undergo manual checking at airports because of which flights were affected. They were delayed by almost 30 minutes to an hour. And Air India's technical team kept telling us that they are working on this error and they are trying to help passengers. We were also told that many resorted to sleeping at the airport, and they were also offered refreshments quite late. But now, because the system has been restored, we expect things to normalize at least in a couple of hours.
All right. Neha, stay with us. Mitesh Shah, CFO Book My Show, is on the phone line with us. He's one of the people who is at the airport at this point. Mitesh, thank you so much for joining us. If you can help us understand what is going on at this point at the airport.
Well, it's complete chaos, but as we speak, the servers have just started functioning again. But yet, there is no clarity as to they are going to take the flight sequentially because people have been stranded here since 3:30 in the morning. The flights haven't taken off there, so there are a lot of backlog of international as well as domestic flights. I think what they could have done better is at least to proactively communicate to the people. There are a lot of senior citizens and people with kids who have just been stranded. Without any refreshment or without any proper seating arrangements as well.
Mitesh, where were you headed and how long has your flight been delayed so far?
Well, I was on my way to Delhi. My flight was originally scheduled for departure at 7 o'clock. Morning 4 o'clock, I got an automated call that the flight will now take off at 7:45. So we reached the airport at about 6:45. But ever since then, there has been no update.
Right. And at this point also, has there been any indication from Air India? Of course, the servers, of course, are back up. Servers are restored. But obviously, like you pointed out, there is going to be a big backlog. But any indication as to how much further delays for your particular flight?
It's still clueless. They also don't know much. The ground staff is trying their best I must say, the ground staff is trying their best to actually serve people. But unless they get proper information from their backend, they are unable to serve it. So right now, it's the booking process has started, the boarding pass issuance has started, but it's all estimated timing. So nobody is really sure as to when the flights will actually take off.
All right. Thanks, Mitesh, for getting us those details and helping us understand what's going on at the airport. Neha, coming back to you. So obviously, at this point, servers have been restored now after 5 hours. But like we just heard, there is obviously a lot of backlog. But at this point, no indication of how much longer and what kind of delays all these flights are really seeing.
That's right, and we must check now as to how many passengers will actually resort to cancelling their flights, because if they've got late to the destinations that they're going to, there will obviously be a chaos there also at the AI passenger counter, asking for either refunds or at least alternative flight bookings if they had to go immediately. So it's going to be at least a problematic situation for the next couple of hours till the airline and the ground staff figures out how they are exactly going to figure out the movement of passengers and their accommodation in other flights. But till now, because the system is restored, there is a temporary relief for all the other passengers who are flying today from Mumbai and other airports because they are expected to face lesser inconvenience.
All right. Thanks, Neha, for getting us those details.